Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got NBA basketball for you. I'm Damon Bruce. The first round of the NBA playoffs continue as we take you east. It'll be the Toronto Raptors facing off against the Milwaukee Bucks. NBA action.
I'm not afraid.
Yeah. It's been a ride.
You can try and read my lyrics off of this paper before I lay 'em, but you won't take the sting out these words before I say I'ma be what I set out to be. Without a doubt, I'm tired of bleeding. All those who look down on me, I'm tearing down your balcony. No ifs, ands, or buts, don't try to ask him.
We're at the jam-packed Bradley Center. It's Game 4 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Glad you could join us today. I'm Kevin Hall alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And welcome to 2K Sports and the NBA. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And the guys checking out DeMar DeRozan here. What can we expect?
Well, he's one of the most explosive finishers in the game. Guy's 6'7", great leaping ability, and can really run the wing in transition.
Yeah, and a strong frame too, Steve. He can throw it down with the best of them. You look at the Bucks, a critical juncture in the series for them, even though they lead the series 2-1. A win or a loss tonight can have a dramatic effect on the outcome of this series.
Yeah, it's a huge game. I mean, every game in the playoffs is big, Kevin, but this one just feels big from an emotional standpoint. You get the victory, you go up 3-1, and you have a virtual stranglehold on the series.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose this one. That's my opinion. I mean, not here at home. Come on now. It would completely change the outlook of the series. I mean, they did so well to swipe that home court advantage, and you don't want to give it right back.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Bucks shooting their first free throw tonight. And the Raptors with possession. It's a 3-point game. They need to bounce back from Wednesday's loss.
Yeah, difficult game for them to lose, guys. A very tight one, but they expected to beat that club. They couldn't get it done.
Yeah, Steve, you're right. I mean, they've got no one to blame but themselves here. I mean, it was a subpar performance according to their normal standards, and that's why they came up short.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws here tonight. And so Lowry nails both of them.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey.
He told me this is as close to being a must-win game as you can possibly get. He said, we can't afford to go down 3-1. It would just make things so hard on us. We've got to do whatever it takes and find a way to even this series up. We'll see if they can come through tonight, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Right side Lowry. Pass to DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. The feed to Carroll. Offensive rebound. Outside for Lowry. It's stolen. Fast break. Milwaukee throws down the breakaway jam. Savage. That's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Ibaka backing him down. It's rebound to Kumbo. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Number 13 now recovering. The Bucks working the ball around. Passes to Antetokounmpo. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Antetokounmpo's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. And he converts the layup.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
Bucks leading by 4. Now the pass to Antetokounmpo. The dish to Middleton. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And let's quickly look at the best free throw shooting point guards from the regular season. A very steady group at the line. Fourth, Kyle Lowry.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome is going to be. So it sort of prevents the defense from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
That's exactly right. I mean, you'd rather dare them to make a shot than risk sending them to the stripe. That's almost free points for them. At least there's a chance they'll miss from the floor.
Here's Antetokounmpo, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Lock at 6. That's good. Antetokounmpo's got 5.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively they look great.
This is to DeRozan. Kicks to kill. Back to DeRozan. Feeds it to Lowry. Shoots the 3. Here's Valanciunas. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Valanciunas has got his first bucket in this one. Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 5. Number 13. And Jamal Curry is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. This is it to Antetokounmpo. Snell. 6 to shoot. Here's Middleton. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Milwaukee with the ball. He feeds it to Middleton. 3-pointer. Can't get it to go. The Raptors have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Carroll dishes to Lowry. He kicks to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. And again, it's Toronto converted.
What a play. The boot plus the hole.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Milwaukee. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's Antetokounmpo. No good, unable to end this run.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, he's trying to take the wind out of their sails. They're on the wrong end of a bad run. They got to sort things out.
I think things were very close to spiraling out of control if he didn't burn one there.
Here's Antetokounmpo. 5 points in the game. In low to Monroe. The jump hook and the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Monroe to pass to Middleton. 5 on the clock.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. Both free throws good for Middleton. Raptors leading by 3. And here's Lowry. He's got 5. Left side Lowry. And there's the rejection. They retain possession.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the ref to whistle the block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Milwaukee on D. Now here's Patterson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's DeRozan. Rebound, Milwaukee. Number 13, now recovering. Antetokounmpo gets to Middleton. And the pass to Antetokounmpo from the high post. That one wide left. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. The drive by Lowry. Blocked. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. The Raptors making a switch here. Puts it up off the inbound. And he hits the jumper for 2. And the Raptors lead by 5.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
And so it's Milwaukee now. He dishes it to Teletovic. No good on the 3.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Now here is Lowry. He has 5. And DeRozan. Here we go. Tucker. Blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup. Tucker's got his first basket of the night.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Monroe. No good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Here's Tucker. Pass to DeRozan. The feed to Lowry. Good on the three-point shot. And now an 8-point Toronto lead.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Good on the baseline, Jay. DeRozan with it. The dish to Lowry. Pass to Tucker. Back to Lowry. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Back to Monroe. Working on Ibaka. The 8-footer. No good. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
The shot by Lowry, no good.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Got that one up quick. Raptors leading by 7. DeRozan dishes to Tucker. Kicks it to Lowry. Rebound, Milwaukee.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Monroe with a screen on Lowry. Henson defended by Tucker. Teletovic passes to Monroe. Teletovic buries it from three-point range. And now just a 4-point Raptor lead.
He's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
So timeout call here, the first for Toronto.
Yeah, guys, I think he feels like he can make a few improvements during this timeout. Just kind of make a couple of adjustments, get his club back on track.
You know, coaches are always tweaking and tinkering with things mid-game. Actually, sometimes they overdo it.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Powell's checked in, and Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. 1:41 left in the first quarter. And Joseph kicks it to Tucker. He passes to Ibaka. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's foul number 2 for him. Spencer Hawes is checked in for John Henson. Bucks trail by 4. Terry outside. Dishes it to Teletovic. Feeds to Hawes. Passes it to Teletovic. No good with the triple.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yep, they were ready to go right from the opening tip.
And Joseph kicks the foul. Joseph, he feeds it to Ibaka. Here's Patterson. And the Raptors miss again. He kicks it to Toronto. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
There's some good defense for you. I mean, for somebody who's as good at shooting the three as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against it. That was well done.
Well, then they picked the right guy to put on it.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The pass to Beasley. 6 on the shot clock. It's rebounded by Tucker.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Raptors up 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
Western Conference, Round 1. Gordon Hayward and the Utah Jazz hit the road for a duel with the Los Angeles Clippers. Catch the action next Sunday night.
Welcome back to Game 4 as we get ready to start things up again. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And the fact that they're playing well close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
And Joseph kicks the foul. No luck. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. And for Toronto, they've got Corey Joseph. Patrick Patterson is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Ibaka, and it's Powell in at the 2 spot. Number 7, defended by Tucker. Number 7, and off target as he starts the game 0 for 1.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they chased down that pumpkin often.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Here's Powell. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Oh, that's good. And he gets it back. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Raptors making a switch here. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Terry outside. Got a piece of it. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Dellavedova. Nailed from three-point land. 5 points in the game.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And Valanciunas kicks the foul. He dishes it to Joseph. Valanciunas. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Pass to Patterson. Just 5 to shoot. The dive for the ball. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. While we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best rebounding teams in the regular season. 5th, the Raptors.
What a tremendous regular season for them on the board. I mean, they never seemed to fade during long games and kept grabbing rebounds until the final whistle. They played 48 minutes of basketball, and they'll expect to do the same thing here in the postseason.
Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Dellavedova, defended by Powell. Takes the three. Milwaukee the rebound.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Dellavedova. It's good from long range. He's got 8.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
They set the pick. There's the feed to Valanciunas. There's the dish to Powell. Kicks it to Joseph. He passes to Patterson. From deep three-point range. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. And the Raptors making a change here. Carroll's checked in. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Number 7, defended by Valanciunas. Shot's good. And the Bucks lead by 4. Toronto, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Now Joseph, he hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Patterson, drains the three-pointer.
That's his first triple of the game. It was a dry first half for him from long range.
There's the pass to Antetokounmpo. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
And Patterson kicks to Valanciunas. Dishes it to Powell. Patterson. Shot clock at 3. And it's blocked by Antetokounmpo. Snell. Pass to Antetokounmpo. With the floater. And that's 2 points on the layup. Now it's a 6-point Milwaukee lead. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively, they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
And stolen by Patterson. Raptors trail by 6. Feeds it to Carroll. For the 3. Gets it to go. Carroll's got his second bucket of the night.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
He feeds it to Middleton. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Right now, they got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Yeah, they're really starting to put it together offensively, looking to build on this lead.
Powell kicks to Carroll. And again, Toronto with the triple.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3.
Timeout called the Bucks.
And I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives them an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
Milwaukee with the ball. 3-point lead. Dellavedova, defended by Joseph. He kicks it to Middleton. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Puts it up from 15. It's rebounded by Carroll. Toronto's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. He dishes it to Patterson. The feed to Carroll. Back to Patterson. And again, Toronto with the triple.
That's now a dozen straight points coming off wide open three-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played there. It's actually defense during the All-Star Weekend, no D.
The Raptors have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Powell kicks to Carroll. Patterson up top. From outside the arc. And again, Toronto with the triple.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
I agree, guys, and the points add up in a hurry when you start giving up easy looks from long range.
Timeout called the Bucks.
Well, good timeout, guys, because this has been a bad run for them. He's got to get his team back on the same page and executing well together.
Sometimes just getting to stop in the action can be enough to get a team back on track. There's something about that little pause in the intensity of the game that lets you refocus.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for the Bucks. Bucks trail by 3. Pass to Middleton. Snell. The Bucks working the ball around. Shot clock at 6. To stop the run. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound in this one. Carroll dishes to Joseph. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Toronto. No good. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Here's Antetokounmpo. 10 points for him. Middleton, the pass to Monroe. Middleton. Here's Antetokounmpo. DeRozan defending. 5 to shoot. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Raptors leading by 3. The dish to Carroll. Makes the lead pass.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
The Raptors have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And the Raptors with some changes. Baca comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Lowry in for Corey Joseph. Milwaukee's gone 4 of 7 on 3-point shots in the second quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo, defended by Ibaka. Tries to snap the cold streak.
Well, his shot blocking is always a factor, guys. That presence around the rim defensively just changes the whole picture strategically.
And something else that comes to mind with him is how many guys he's given the poster treatment to. I mean, flying high to power one down while the defender stands there looking for mercy.
Kicks it to DeRozan. Screened by Ibaka. Back to Lowry. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Bucks trail by 3. Snell, defended by Carroll. The pass to Middleton. A 3-ball, and that one's good. Middleton's got 6 in the quarter. Toronto's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on 3s. There's a good screen. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Dishes to DeRozan. Pass to Valanciunas. Outside Lowry. 6 to shoot. Fades back. It's Lowry again missing. Bucks have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter. Well above the 50% mark from the field. Dellavedova now recovering. Here's Antetokounmpo. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Toronto shooting 38% in the second quarter. Defensively, they look a little bit confused. Here's DeRozan. But they'll get another chance. Ibaka dishes to Carroll. He passes to Lowry. Feeds to Carroll. Passes it to Ibaka. Snatched away. 1:27 left now here in the second. And there's the pass to Antetokounmpo. Dellavedova misses the three. Lowry passes to Ibaka. The Raptors shooting their sixth and seventh free throws in the game. He misses the free throw. The Raptors making a switch here. Good on the second free throw. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Back to Monroe. Valanciunas is there. 14 feet away. Second shot opportunity. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
54 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And DeRozan kicks to Ibaka. He feeds it to Lowry. There's the three. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Here's Monroe. And he can't bank that one in. Toronto trailing. He kicks it to Valanciunas. Stolen by Monroe. And up the court from the Bucks on the break. He dishes it to Middleton. Now recovering. And Middleton kicks to Henson. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow. Yeah, we're still in the first half. I mean, the way this thing is going, this could turn into a wild one.
And the first half ends in a close one. Bucks lead by 2. And get ready now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. The second half will be coming up right after that on 2K Sports.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
What unbelievable postseason action we've got going on so far. This is 2K Sports as we get deeper into round 1 of the playoffs. Out at Bradley Center, the Bucks are in a close game against Toronto. A win today would put them up 3-1 in this series, take them that much closer towards a championship. And look at all those rejections, erasing easy looks, just making it hard around the rim. John Henson with some valuable contributions. He's chipped in 4 points, and he's been making some nice contributions on the glass, too. Looking at Toronto, they're definitely making plays as well. And give them credit defensively. They're boxing out, controlling their defensive backboards. Patrick Patterson has been fantastic in the first. He has 11 points, and it's been bombs away from outside. That'll be it for the halftime report. The second half is coming right up. Hope to see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back to our coverage of round 1 in the NBA playoffs. You have to like what we've been seeing from Antetokounmpo.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. And I'll tell you what, his talent was on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Lowry and DeRozan, they're the backcourt. Jamari Carroll is out there with Ibaka. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. There's the pick. Pass to Antetokounmpo. The Bucks working the ball around. Middleton can't get it to go. Raptors with the lead. And DeRozan. Here we go. Now the feed to Carroll. Pass to Lowry. With the tip. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way you've got to go. If you have good position, you've got to get after it and go for that second chance opportunity.
Great open look there. Antetokounmpo has got 15 points.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Ibaka, no luck. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Bucks have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. And the technical free throw is good. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Snell misses off the left iron.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Ibaka sets the pick for Lowry. Carroll back to Lowry. And DeRozan kicks to Ibaka. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. Clock at 6. Rebounded by the Bucks. Here's Antetokounmpo. 16 points for him. Number 13. Number 7. And he uses the glass on the layup. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
No question. Pound it into the painted area and continue to put pressure on that defense.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
The pass to Antetokounmpo. And again, it's Milwaukee converting. Raptors trail by 3. And the Raptors call time here. After like what we're seeing from Antetokounmpo.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
Here are some of the league's monsters in the middle. The players with the most blocks in the regular season. Serge Ibaka, third.
You know, when you talk about having an impact on a team from a defensive standpoint, you've got to talk about this guy. I mean, he's broken up plays. He's disruptive. He denies in the paint. He denies shots. He challenges shots. I mean, he's a tremendous athlete, and because of that, he does a great job defensively.
For Milwaukee, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here is Lowry. He's got 11. Lowry gets a screen from Carroll. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. DeRozan defended by Middleton. Lowry inside the line. The shot is off. The Bucks go the other way with it.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
There's the dish to Middleton. 6 on the shot clock. Broke loose. Here's Carroll. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. Can't get it to go. Valanciunas. And he's got his first free throw of the game. First free throw is good. And the Bucks making a change here. Hawes is checked in. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Kicks to Middleton. Here's the screen. Valanciunas on the double team. Dishes it to Hawes. The shot is off. Ibaka with some nice D. Raptors trail by 3. The drive by Lowry gives him the lead pass, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
The fans don't like that call one bit.
Well, the officials got an earful as a result.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Bucks. Terry comes in for Chris Middleton. In Toronto, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Lowry kicks to Carroll. He passes it to Ibaka. Just 5 on the clock. Feeds it to DeRozan. Unloads. Ibaka, no luck. Bucks leading by 3. Back to Beasley. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. Ibaka with some nice D.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
No good from Valanciunas. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Number 13. And again, Milwaukee with the triple. Raptors trail by 6. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
The defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half. Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
And DeRozan, here we go. Right through the knee for the layup. DeRozan's got 12 in the game.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
Back to Beasley. Number 13. And it's good. With time running down the shot clock. He's got 12.
Well, he recognized the advantage size-wise, and he went right after the defender. That's how you do it.
Lowry pitch to Valanciunas. He feeds it to Carroll. He dishes it to Lowry.
He has just disappeared this quarter, not making a mark at all offensively.
I'm sure he's ready to put this quarter behind him and quickly.
And it's Terry off the drive. He kicks to Beasley. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
How about the three-point shooting we're seeing so far, guys? Amazing.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Tucker the pass to Lowry. Stolen by Terry. And up the court from the Bucks on the break. Middleton can't get it to go. Raptors trail by 7. Ibaka sets the pick for Lowry. The feed now to Ibaka. Lowry with the ball. Guarded now by Jason Terry. Here's Tucker. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. The Bucks have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Terry kicks to Beasley. Passes it to Teletovic. Back to Beasley. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. The Bucks making a switch here. And Teletovic kicks to Middleton. Toronto grabs the miss. Patterson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Lowry dishes to Tucker. Back to Lowry. They get it again. Ibaka. 3 on 3. Number 13. And the powerful one-handed slam. Some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
And here's Lowry. 11 points in the game. Here's Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Beasley. Working on Ibaka. Shot clock at 6. Now the pass to Teletovic. And stolen by Patterson. Fast break Toronto. Here's Tucker. Banked in off the glass. And now it's only a 5-point Bucks lead. Milwaukee's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Now the dish to Middleton. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Jonas Valanciunas, who's checked in for Serge Ibaka. Raptors trail by 5. Lowry gets a screen from Valanciunas. And Tucker kicks the foul. 3-pointer, Lowry. Count that one. Lowry's got 14 points.
Yeah, and that's his first 3 of the half. There may be more in store.
Number 13, the finger roll finish at the bucket. And the Bucks lead by 4.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. And just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Outside Lowry. Anderson setting the pick for Lowry. 6 to shoot. Kicks it to Patterson. And that one's good.
And you love the concentration. Gets hit, but stays with the play.
Yeah, he showed a lot right there. Plenty of concentration, finding a way to get that shot to fall.
The Raptors making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. This is to Teletovic. Snell. Feeds to Teletovic. To the paint. Snell from in close. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
The Raptors making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in. Joseph, the pass to Tucker. Powell. For the tie. Raptors have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. The free throw drops for Pop. Second free throw, no good. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Middleton. He's got 11. Step back shot. And that's good for 2. Middleton's got 13 points. Here's Pop. Tucker gets a screen from Valanciunas. Here's DeRozan. It's rebounded by Teletovic. Teletovic has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. And it's a 5-point Bucks lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd. Bucks ahead, leading by 5. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter.
Western Conference, Round 1. Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies take on Kawhi Leonard and the San Antonio Spurs. It's the NBA next Sunday.
And welcome back to the NBA playoffs as we get ready to continue with this Round 1 matchup. And Milwaukee has possession. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Craig Monroe is out there with John Henson. And there's Terry. Then it's Chris Middleton. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Pass to Monroe. Valanciunas is there. The jump hook. No good. Excellent D.
Yeah, excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Free throw good, Joseph. And Toronto making a change here. And Joseph drops them both. And Milwaukee has possession. It's a 3-point game. Snell defended by Tucker. Shot clock at 5. There's the triple. That's good. And the Bucks lead by 6.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that 3.
And Joseph gets to DeRozan. He passes to Tucker. Tucker gets a screen from Valanciunas. Off target at the rim. Bucks leading by 6. He feeds it to Monroe. Number 13. And he jams it with authority. Nice option determination that time. Clark to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous he is when he's got a path to the hoop.
And you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation,